to Spirit of the Outdoors. Come down here to the swamp to just do some walking around, looking, scouting. My main purpose for coming down here is I found some pawpaw trees back in the fall last year, and I took some home and tried transplanting them. I think one might have survived. So I'm just kind of scouting. I very rarely come down here this time of year to this area. So it's bad hot today. I brought water. I did bring a fishing pole with me just in case I found a hole of water, but much of these creeks and small streams are dried nearly completely up. I'm looking for a few plants just to see if I can happen up on some stuff that I don't normally find, looking for like jewelweed and different things. I don't find a lot of it here, and it's probably just because I haven't been in the right area at the right time, because it grows in this area. On the way in, I kind of was keeping my eye out for some Joe Pye weed. I didn't see any the route that I came in here, but Mike Reed has revived his old channel that's got a lot of good information on it, and he's doing some medicinal plants and plant stuff. And I shared his video on Joe Pye weed. Go check that out if you haven't watched it already. I'm gonna see if I can find my pawpaw trees down here, which I know I can find the trees. I know right where they're at, and see if I can find some pawpaws. Now, I brought my 22 little rifle. Somebody asked me in a video, and I never could find the comment to reply to them after I looked it up to see what it is. This is a little Stevens single shot. It rides in the back of my buggy. You've seen this. And it's just a 22. There's hogs down here, and in case I happen up on something I need to get rid of, I am not really hunting anything. Normally I don't even shoot snakes. It ain't bothering me. However, if I find a rattlesnake, I want the rattlesnake, so I will get it because I want the hide, and if I can keep the meat from spoiling before I get home, I like to have the meat. So we brought this just in case, and then of course there is wild pigs down here. So being it is a 22, I got backup in case I need a few more rounds because my other shells are in the bag. And I brought my Grail with some water. It is tucked in there. And I brought my Beaver Craft hatchet. They are actually wanting some pictures and stuff for a promotion type deal they're doing. So we are basically just kind of scouting and looking, and we're going to do some filming and just see what we see. So y'all hang with us, and we're going to do some scouting, discovering, exploring. Come on. Well, I have found my patch of pawpaw trees. This is them. I'm not seeing any fruit anywhere, but obviously it's going to be on some of the larger trees. So my tripod's hanging up on me. So I've got to find those larger trees in this area. So I'm scouting around. Last year I never really found a very large tree right here. And there's a whole big patch. This is where I dug up the little bitty ones that I've took to the house. But I think they all sprouted from some fruit. I don't see any of the larger trees. So the larger trees are back on over here on a creek bank. It's hot, y'all. I'm finna have to sit down somewhere. I walked over here. I ain't probably walked 300-400 yards. Maybe a half a mile, I don't know. I'm just looking, and that cool breeze feels mighty good. I see some more trees on back that way, and I see a bunch right here, but all of them are little short, small trees. You would think there would at least be one larger one that might be a fruit-bearing tree here, but I don't see it. And Roscoe's trying to find him a squirrel. Mosquitoes is finna take me off. I didn't bring no mosquito spray. I guess it's time to get to log walking in practice. Water ain't deep, but I can guarantee you the mud's probably dang near waist deep. And that's worse than falling in the water. There's a larger pawpaw tree right over here on this other side. If I can get up this bank. Oh. I don't know. I couldn't tell from the other side over there if there was anything on it or not. But I know one thing. We're finna have to sit down and drink some water. Yes, sir. Let's look right over here. Well, I don't reckon that any of these trees have fruit on them. You see them all right here behind me? I mean, there's a grove of them where sunlight is gonna blind them out. But I mean, right back there, there's patches of them everywhere. So there's a large one, and it ain't huge, but it's bigger than these. This is one right here. And I done looked all up in it. If there's fruit, I've either missed out on it, Coons has got it, or for whatever reason, these are not bearing fruit. And I really can't sit here and tell you when they bear fruit. I have researched it, and it's supposedly this time of year, but I'm going to tell you, according to the way things go at my house, with the garden, down here, ain't no fruit got a prayer. Not a prayer. I mean, it has to just be an abundance of it for it to make, so. Let's find somewhere to sit down and drink some water. So if you want to know why when I'm fishing, I lose a lot of lures, this is what the bottoms of the creeks look like. It's just solid sticks, logs. I mean, I'm standing right in the creek bed. This is a higher spot I crossed right here. Look at all these roots. Look at this. This is where we finna sit down. Good log here. Sit down and have some water. I run that buckle through that carabiner. I just wanted to make sure I didn't lose my water. Y'all, it's hot. So it looks like so far we made this long trek for nothing. But at least we know now. I would have thought the whole year, well, I should have walked down there and found them pawpaws. I don't know, they just don't. I've never really found any in this area. Roscoe went down there and laid down in that cool mud. Now you nasty, son. Don't come crawling up on me. Your mama's gonna be proud of you. Well, y'all, I found one of my favorite plants, Cardinal Flower. Now, this is Lobelia cardinalis. It's so hot I can't think straight. And I ain't gonna pick it because I am way off over in here and I have plenty of it at the house dried from last year, so I'm not pulling up plants to be pulling them up. I am going up here to investigate a fishing hole that I have probably never fished. I have known about it my whole life. And really just to see if there's any water in it. So these that I'm walking by, I'll turn you around right here. Look behind me. This is another pretty good creek right here. This is not one of the main streams, but usually is flowing. You can see today it is not flowing. So we need water in Mississippi. Roscoe getting him a little sip down there. That's what they call a rocket slough. So y'all, that is why you have a Grail. Way off down here, too cumbersome to tote a gallon or two of water. I done filled this up before I left the house with tap water. Dip it straight up out of the stream. This is the Grail GeoPress. I'll link it. Y'all, these things, they about $100 and something, but they well worth it for this type of stuff this time of year. You can boil water, but it's 100 degrees. Who wants to boil water today? I mean, let's be real with ourselves. For what it costs in the years of use, now you get replaceable filters. The cup itself lasts forever. Their filters are like 20-something bucks. This is the one that come in mine. So you don't have to replace them that much, which I don't use it that often. I fill it up with water before I leave the house, clean water. And then I come down here, and if I need to, I refill it out of the creek. But in the summer, this is the way to go. In the winter, you don't mind building a fire. You're probably gonna build a fire anyway. It ain't a big deal. This time of year, this is the way to go. As long as I can find any kind of water, I have drinking water. And it's ready to drink, pathogens, everything. So that's why this. Well, y'all, I changed bait again, and we got a little grinnell. Oh, look at him. Let's get him up here on the bank. He has swallowed my bait. He has swallowed it. Oh, Lord. All right, now. We finna get muddy right here. At least I got my fish now, so I might. Oh, he's peeing on me. Look, fella. Look, fella. There ain't no need in all that. And y'all, this thing right here got treble hooks. Oh, I got it. I got it out. So if you was wanting to know what I caught that bow fin on, got leaf all up on there. We're gonna put him back. We got too far to go. I don't want to fool with no grinnell today. And he's little anyway. Oh, Lord. Wash our hands off. It's time to get out of here. Fish ain't gonna bite. There's a road up through here. Let's see where it goes. It's going towards the way I need to go. Maybe it's one of them long cuts. I mean a shortcut. That ain't really a joke. I've took several shortcuts and wound up taking me a whole lot longer. Usually I had to turn around and go back the other way. It's hot though. We gotta get out of here. I can just about go lay down in that water and waller around in it. There is a little bit of water in this area. I shall keep that in mind for later on in the fall when stuff actually goes to biting. So anyway, where'd Roscoe go? Roscoe? There he is. It don't look like much of a road, does it? That ain't Joe Pye weed. That is camphor weed or stinkweed. Looks real similar though. There's old dog. Hot enough for you, son? Which way's out? Somebody been through here with a saw. Hope we don't get up in here and get lost. He said, well, haven't you been lost before? He said, I've been a fearsome confused for a month or two, but I ain't never been lost. I don't know what that's made of. One of these plants. It ain't men, it's, I don't know. What a jungle. Big old turtle. Well, I have not found anything I was looking for. I pulled up down here to this pond yesterday. I turned some ducks loose, and I had 4 ducks, and I brought them down here and turned them loose. I don't see but one. But now when I turned them loose, one was sitting over yonder already, and then I turned 2 loose, and they went out here in the woods, and I don't know where they wound up. I have rambled where I thought they'd stay in this pond right here. That one is, I reckon. I don't know where they went. But anyway, we just got out, rambled around, did a little this, that, and the other. Thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.